Welcome back to my channel, and if you're a subscriber, thank you for your love and for your support. And if you're new here and you just happen to stumble across this video, I truly hope that you gain some insight or benefit from it. There has been an interesting energy. I know people are sick of hearing people like myself talk about energy, but a few days ago I watched one of my favorite spiritual people that I follow online say that she woke up in deep grief, and deep grief that she couldn't even move. And I thought, whoa, okay, that's intense. I'm glad I'm not going through that. And then yesterday, it's been creeping up gradually on me here, and I'm not here to talk about me. You're probably sensing this if you haven't gone through it already, or it might be something that you will encounter or you are witnessing in the people around you. If you are being spared this, oh, you are lucky, and I'm very happy for you. Nonetheless, it is my duty to come on here and explain what's happening. It's been creeping up over the past week, and it intensified for me yesterday. Yesterday was my day of being in bed, wallowing in misery, in self-pity, in sadness, in isolation. Woe is me. Nothing's working out for me. I'm so done with this. I'm angry. All these emotions. It's like a turbulent storm that hit me to the point that I didn't want to do anything. And my productivity significantly fell. My creativity significantly fell. I found myself being pulled back to an old version of me that I thought that I had evolved out of, because I've been doing a lot of self-work and healing. And that's essentially what is happening right now. Whatever you're encountering on your personal life, or whatever that you are feeling because of what's happening on the collective scale, it is simply emotion. And emotion is energy in motion. What we should be doing is honoring it, not getting angry, not engaging in self-judgment and self-loathing, not projecting hostility onto whatever situation or whoever person that is involved in this turbulence right now. It really is important, and it's a good exercise for awareness, for you to try to maintain awareness, as difficult as it is. This is a lot easier said than done. Trust me. I'm someone I consider myself to be aware, and I was completely lost in this yesterday. I'm slowly making a comeback out of it now. You must honor this energy. You must not judge it or judge yourself. Allow yourself the time. Allow yourself the space for the healing that is intended, for the insight that you are supposed to gain by going through this turbulent storm and allowing things to fall and get rearranged for you. And once things get rearranged, you'll be able to suddenly see things that perhaps you couldn't see before. Things that during the storm you didn't understand and were triggering you. But now it kind of makes sense. Be it people falling out of your life, be it, financial difficulty, be it a sickness, an illness, a death, whatever it is. And again, I say, this is a lot easier said than done. But you need to understand that you're not alone. A lot of us are going through this as well. There is a significant amount of healing going on this planet. As much as people like myself might annoy others, there is a reason that we have gained the awareness that we have. There is a reason that we are here. And there's a reason that we come on YouTube and social media platforms to talk to you. about these things that other people perhaps don't talk about, that we like to suffer through quietly. So this long rant is essentially me telling you that there is a deep-seated energy of grief that you might or might not encounter in your personal life. It is important to allow yourself the time and the space for this healing. It is important to honor this energy for what it is, not dismiss it, not get judgmental and angry with it, not react to it, but to allow it a safe passage out of you, however way you choose. Breathing exercises, remaining in solitude, and pouring love onto yourself and looking after your own health and mental health, isolating yourself a little bit from whoever might be triggering you without projecting negativity onto them. Just minimize, make your space smaller and smaller until you have created that safety for yourself. Talk to the energy that is trying to come out. Talk to the grief, because it is essentially your shadow self. Talk to it, befriend it, make peace with it. And then let it go. You let it go. You don't anchor it back into your reality. You don't reenact whatever the situation that is suddenly appearing in your life, playing itself out and bringing back the old aspect, the old version of you that you thought you had healed and grown out of, the dark night of the soul, if that helps you understand what I mean. Observe as much as you can, remain the observer. Less reactivity, less anchoring, more self-care, more self-love, more understanding, and more space for yourself. Doesn't matter who gets upset because you've pulled yourself away from them. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Your priority is to yourself, and to allow this energy to channel properly through you with minimal damage. One thing that I found helps me, and that I say repeatedly to myself, especially during meditation, because meditation is essentially self-programming. You're reprogramming yourself out of old patterns, out of old ways of being, out of old beliefs, dysfunctional ways of existing, and dysfunctional beliefs that weren't truly yours. You simply grew up being taught this stuff, seeing this stuff. This was normal around you, and you carried it with you, almost acting like a filter that distorted who you are truly. I always say to myself that even though I might not understand what is happening right now, even though it might be triggering me, even though I view it as something extremely negative and upsetting, that it's happening for my best interest. I just can't see it yet. I don't have the proper lenses on yet. The proper lenses might be delivered to you once you safely take yourself passing through the situation. You must understand that there are new ways of being that a lot of us have received, for lack of a better word. If you're a light worker, if you're energy sensitive, you will understand what this means. But there are new ways of humans being on this earth that we are trying to seed right now. And we've been trying to seed for a while, and the seeding will continue, because the seeding is the human evolution that will come. The old ways of being are dissolving. And that might be the collective grief. That might be this dark energy that has suddenly manifested itself in a lot of people's personal lives, as well as the collective, the world stage. It's called the shadow. And instead of being afraid of the shadow, you're supposed to befriend it, make peace with it, and let it go. And as soon as you let it go, the new way of being will come up. You'll make space for the new way, for the new understanding, for the real, authentic you to rise and to shine. And people who are trying to seed the new ways of being, we're out there. You will see us, you will encounter us in real life, not just online. We don't just have YouTube channels where we come here and talk lovey-dovey stuff. We're actually implementing this every day in our lives, as difficult as it might be right now, because there remains to be quite the purge and quite the negativity on this planet. I don't want to say that we're fighting, but we are trying to dissolve and allow it to exit once and for all, and to replace it with new ways, with new perspectives, with understanding that it's not really personal, that you have a right to feel, that you have a right to heal, and that you have a duty to evolve on this planet. The people that will come after us kind of need us to go through what we're going through right now. And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you about. It was a long rant, but in short, you're not alone. You're deeply, deeply loved. Deeply loved. Even if you can't see it right now, even if you want to smash the screen as I say this to you right now, keep saying it to yourself, because it's the truth, regardless if you believe it or not.